Hey everyone, this is Spicer McLeroy and welcome to my channel. For those returning, what's up? In this video, I will be critiquing a student who has been with me for 5 weeks with little to no experience in sculpting, anatomy, or ZBrush. I am very proud of these students and their continuing progression. I find that these videos allow me to give them a detailed critique and also show them how to fix it. They get to look back at these videos as much as they need to, and it really helps them learn faster. Make sure to follow and subscribe to my other channels linked below to see my artwork, time lapses, announcements of when I'll be streaming, and any future courses that I'll be opening up for enrollment. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope this video helps. Let's get into it. Mr. Frazier, Mr. Frazier. Okay, you are sculpting upside down. Okay. Sorry. Yes, you're sculpting upside down. Ready? So go here to preview. Lower that. Go to the eyes. Lower that. Okay. So now we're good, right? Blue's facing where it should be. Alrighty. So your neck's like in the back of your head. It needs to be here where your neck belongs, right here. And again, where your chin ends, we kind of want to start blocking in the neck from there. Okay. And you have your face is leaning forward from the brow to the chin, right? So we want a little bit more of a swoop back, right? In its overall construction. And he doesn't have a lot of room for brain matter, okay? His brain would be very, very small. Okay, so let's fix some of these issues and we'll get into some others while we're sculpting. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to fix this neck, and I don't ever send me anything with all this empty space. Okay, we need to fill it in and dynamesh it. Why is this taking so long? Just fix it. We'll just fix it. Yeah, so don't make sure whenever you're sculpting you have that widget and you confirm that you are sculpting in the right angle. Okay. Alrighty. So we can fill that. It looks a little thin now that we moved everything, but we still need to move some of this forward. And remember, we want to keep like a cylindrical shape to this. Okay. So something like that, just to get started. All right. Next, we need to give him some space for his brain. Make sure it doesn't come to a point, right? His brain isn't that sharp. Get it? He's not that sharp. Okay. So next thing we need to do is mark in our zygomatic and all that stuff. Right. So assuming that this is the ear, this will be the ear hole, and right above that is the superior margin. Right below that is the inferior margin, and we've got that right there. Okay. So we can build this up, build that brow out, knock in that malar eminence, smooth it out, build this up, dig it in, and we can smooth that mouth out as well. Okay. Okay, so the glabella leads ahead, and we need to have that there. Okay. Redynamesh it so we get rid of that weird topology. Okay, next thing we need to do is knock in this jawline. Right? Boom, boom, boom. and get just a little bit of a knock there for the orbit. And let's fix this nose. Bring it down because where the bottom or the bottom of the nasal aperture will rest where the bottom of the zygomatic is. Fill in that. Smooth, smooth, smooth. And get a big old snarl. So we can kind of reduce the size of this orbit. It's a little large. Knock in that temporal line. We can fix the size of the skull a bit more. It looks kind of fantasy based instead of realism. All right, break down that chin so we got some more room. Put in the mouth or the orbit or muzzle, whatever, barrel of the mouth. Get our damp standard. See the size of this. Get down a bit. We can click this little Google Maps icon. It will take us directly to the center. If you have symmetry on, it will put you on each side of the what you call it. It'll put you in the center of each object. Okay. There we go. That in a little bit more space. And we don't need to make the perfect shaped eye right now. We just need to have basics in here. Smooth, smooth, smooth. And then we can take our mask. Okay, and we can use our damp standard. We can really go in here and refine these edges. I'm gonna reinforce this superior margin of the orbit. Make sure this is all there. Okay. Medial fat right here. Preaponeurotic, su fat, or root fat, sorry, not su fat. And we can fix this noggin. Oh my god, so weird. Such a huge fucking head. He cries himself to sleep on his giant pillow. Already. That going, smooth it out. And let's get a bit more going here. It seems a little thin to me. There we go. Right, and then we can knock in the frontal bone. And go. And then we can widen this chin a bit, so a little bit more of a masculine feel to it. Smooth that out. It's just a little too aggressive. Okay, so we're gonna mask that and take that for my lacrimal punctum. Do, 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 do. Take that in. Oof, too aggressive. Go smooth, smooth. And unless you're Gerard Depardieu, you kind of don't want your alar cartilage to be wider than your nostrils. Ready? And nostril here. Bring it around. Okay. And we're just going to mark in the mouth here. Make sure it's deep enough, right? Smooth out that bottom edge. Okay, now you've got the bottom. We've got this fulcrum. We've got the Cupid's bow, right? And right there, get this and smooth it out. Okay, we're gonna smooth that line. Well, that's just a guideline. It's not actual sculpting form, right? Um, and we can make sure this isn't too flat, right? We don't want it to be something like that where it goes to a point, but we do want it to wrap around the teeth. So just kind of X-ray where the teeth would be and just wrap your lips around it, just like we do the eye, right? Change the direction of the lips if we want to. Modialis 2. Separate the chin from the upper lip. And then we can just fill this in with a bunch of fat, malar fat, spicularis oris. Can fix this nose. Not fix it, but just reshape it. Bring this around. And then we can bring in the nasolabial. Okay, there, going around the modialis. Press your muscles. Modialis. Okay, fill in that area. It's just a transition point between that and the orbicularis oris. So still want to have that going on, right? Okay, so again, his head looks weird because it's a bit narrow, so we're gonna widen it out. And get our move brush. And again, with someone this athletic, we kind of want a wider neck base. Still want it to feed into the sternocleidomastoid back there, but we definitely want it to be a little bit wider. Okay. And just ensure that we have a believable jawline. Okay. And then we can put these nostrils, bring those back. Make sure the septal cartilage is leading, doesn't get too thin. And do something like that. Okay, something like that. Obviously, the nose, lots of stuff I could twiddle and mess with for hours and hours and hours. Okay, get this angle of the jaw right. There we go. Okay. So I would do something like that, and also the canthal tilt a little bit to um, is leaning the wrong way. Okay, so something like that. Then you can fix the eyes all you want, but coming from where you submitted it, I think this will be enough for you to grasp until the next one. Righty, so definitely do your studying, do your practicing, so you can catch up and exceed everyone else in the class. All right. Um, okay. Well, not that much. Oof. Oof. I know I'm going to be fiddling with this for an extra 5 minutes, just trying to fix these things when I shouldn't. Okay. So, those type of things, we just ensure this cranium is looking good. Probably a bit too tall. And something like that. Something like that. Alrighty. So, let's see what we have and what you came in with. Oops, roughly something like that. Okay, so orbital socket really needs to be put in. We need to separate our zygomatic from everything, get our chin established, a little bit more width in the nose, a little bit more cranial understanding, right? You got all this weird stuff going on. And then here, let me have this, right? We need a little bit more structure for the skull. And I think we're actually back to that. Yeah, right there. Okay, and the neck needs to be underneath the head, not on the back of the head, right? And that's the reason your head is too long, because you're trying to fit that in there, but you actually need to bring it forward and put all that there. Legendary, yes, I am going in the order of which the sculpts were submitted. And just really knock in that orbital structure, right? It'll set you up for everything else. Okay.